Have you ever wondered what causes the ground beneath us to shake during an earthquake? Imagine this. You're sitting at home, perhaps enjoying a quiet moment or bustling about your daily chores when suddenly the floor under your feet starts to tremble. Glasses clink, pictures on the wall shiver, and an unsettling rumble fills the air. This is the dramatic and unsettling experience of an earthquake, a natural phenomenon as powerful as it is mysterious. But what exactly is happening beneath the earth that causes such chaos above? Earthquakes are the Earth's natural way of releasing stress. They occur when the massive plates that make up the Earth's crust shift and grind against each other. The energy from these movements travels through the Earth and is felt on the surface as the ground-shaking event we know. To truly grasp why these sudden, often unexpected shakes occur, it's crucial to explore the hidden forces at play deep within our planet. To understand this sudden shaking, we need to dive deep beneath the Earth's surface. Beneath our feet, giant plates of rock, known as tectonic plates, constantly move in slow motion. Imagine the Earth not as a solid, unchanging mass, but as a dynamic puzzle. This puzzle is made up of several pieces, both large and small, which we call tectonic plates. These plates make up the Earth's lithosphere, a rigid outer layer that includes the crust and the upper part of the mantle. Now picture these plates not as static entities, but as rafts floating on a gently flowing river. This river is what scientists refer to as the asthenosphere. It's a semi-fluid layer right beneath the lithosphere, and it allows the tectonic plates to move, albeit at a pace that's almost imperceptible to us, a few centimeters per year, about the same rate your fingernails grow. The Earth's lithosphere isn't a single uniform piece, but is rather broken into about 7 major plates and several minor ones. These include the well-known Pacific Plate, which is largely beneath the Pacific Ocean, and the Eurasian Plate covering much of Europe and Asia. Each of these plates has unique characteristics and interacts with its neighbors in a variety of ways. These interactions are not always peaceful. Plates can move apart, slide past each other, or even collide. When they move apart, magma from beneath the Earth's surface can rise up, creating new crust as it cools. This is seen at mid-ocean ridges. When plates slide past one another, the movement can be smooth, but often it's jerky, leading to stress accumulation. And when they collide, they can either crumple up to form mountain ranges, or one can slide beneath the other, a process known as subduction, which can lead to deep ocean trenches and volcanic activity. So while these plates might be out of sight, they are never truly out of action. Their movements, though slow, are powerful enough to reshape continents and ocean basins over millions of years. These moving plates set the stage for the drama of earthquakes. As these tectonic plates move, they don't always glide smoothly. Imagine the Earth's surface as a giant puzzle, with each piece constantly shifting, albeit at a glacial pace. These pieces, or tectonic plates, interact at their edges, which we call boundaries. But what happens at these boundaries can be far from peaceful. There are mainly 3 types of plate boundaries: convergent, divergent, and transform. Each type of boundary interacts in a unique way, leading to different geological phenomena, including earthquakes. Firstly, let's talk about convergent boundaries. Here, 2 plates are moving towards each other. It's like when 2 sumo wrestlers collide, there's a lot of tension and pressure. In geological terms, this can lead to one plate being forced under another in a process called subduction. The immense pressure and friction at these boundaries can cause the crust to deform and lead to powerful earthquakes. Next, we have divergent boundaries. Picture pulling a stretchy cheese pizza slice away from the rest. The cheese stretches and eventually splits. Similarly, at divergent boundaries, plates move away from each other. This creates a gap that allows molten rock from beneath the Earth to rise and solidify as new crust. While these areas can experience volcanic activity, they too can be sites for earthquakes as the crust breaks to create new plate material. Lastly, transform boundaries. These are where plates slide past each other horizontally. It's like 2 cars swerving to avoid each other, only to scrape sides. The San Andreas Fault in California is a classic example of this. The plate's rough edges can catch on each other, building stress over time. When the stress becomes too much to bear, it's released suddenly as an earthquake. In each scenario, the Earth is continuously reshaping itself, accumulating stress along these boundaries. When the stress exceeds a threshold, the energy is released in a dramatic way. This sudden release of energy is what we feel as the ground shakes during an earthquake. Imagine holding a tightly coiled spring in your hands and suddenly letting it go. This sudden release mirrors what happens beneath our feet during an earthquake. Deep within the earth, forces build up over time, creating tension between massive plates of the Earth's crust. When these forces become too great, the tension is released in a burst of energy, sending shock waves through the planet. These shock waves, known as seismic waves, are the fundamental cause of the ground shaking that we feel during an earthquake. Seismic waves can travel vast distances, their strength diminishing with distance but still capable of causing significant movement and damage at the surface. Now, let's delve a bit deeper into the anatomy of an earthquake. At the very heart of the quake is the focus, also known as the hypocenter. This is the precise underground point where the stress is first released. Directly above the focus on the Earth's surface lies the epicenter. The epicenter is typically the area most severely affected by the quake, as it is closest to the source of the seismic energy. The process starts deep in the Earth's crust, where rocks are subjected to immense pressures. Over time, these pressures build up enough energy to deform and break the rocks. This breakage is the earthquake itself. The seismic waves then radiate outward from the focus. There are several types of seismic waves, each moving differently through the Earth and causing different types of movement that we can feel on the surface. Interestingly, the nature of the rock and the depth of the focus can greatly influence the intensity and damage caused by the seismic waves. Shallow focuses often result in more violently felt earthquakes, whereas deeper focuses might release more energy but are felt less intensely at the surface. This sudden release of energy travels through the Earth, shaking the ground above. This dynamic process not only illustrates the power beneath our feet, but also underscores the interconnectedness of natural forces within our planet. How do we measure something as powerful and quick as an earthquake? Well, to capture the essence of these ground-shaking events, scientists use two primary tools: the Richter scale and the modified Mercalli intensity scale. The Richter scale, developed in the early 20th century by Charles F. Richter, quantifies the energy released by an earthquake. This scale is logarithmic, meaning each whole number increase on the scale represents a 10-fold increase in measured amplitude and roughly 31 times more energy release. For instance, an earthquake that measures 5 on the Richter scale is significantly more powerful than one measuring 4. On the other hand, the modified Mercalli intensity scale measures the effects or intensity of the earthquake as experienced by people. It's not a single measurement like the Richter scale, but rather a series of descriptors that range from barely noticeable to completely catastrophic based on observations of the earthquake's impact on the environment and human structures. These measurements help us understand the power of earthquakes and prepare better. Earthquakes can be awe-inspiring, but they can also be devastating. Throughout history, earthquakes have not only shaped the landscape of our planet, but have also had profound impacts on human societies. They've toppled cities, altered economies, and changed the course of history. For instance, the ancient city of Helic, known as the real-life Atlantis, was completely submerged during a catastrophic earthquake in 363 BC, leaving a legacy shrouded in myth and mystery. Fast forward to more recent times, the 1905 Kangra earthquake in India resulted in over 20,000 fatalities, demonstrating the terrifying power of unanticipated natural disasters. These events remind us of our vulnerability and the relentless force of nature. However, it's not all about destruction. Human resilience and ingenuity shine brightest in the face of such challenges. Over the centuries, the experiences and lessons learned from these seismic events have fueled advancements in science and technology. Today, earthquake engineering and urban planning incorporate sophisticated designs that allow buildings and bridges to withstand the forces of significant earthquakes. Cities in high-risk areas like Tokyo and San Francisco are now better equipped than ever to handle these natural phenomena. Moreover, the development of global seismic networks and the implementation of early warning systems have been crucial. These technologies provide precious seconds, sometimes even minutes, for people to find safety before the shaking starts. Countries like Japan have integrated these systems into their daily lives, conducting regular drills and continuously improving their response strategies. In addition to technological advancements, community preparedness plays a critical role. Educational programs that teach earthquake safety measures like drop, cover, and hold on, have become integral in schools and workplaces around the world. Communities have learned that preparedness starts with understanding. Understanding earthquakes helps us build safer communities. By studying the past and innovating for the future, humanity continues to develop strategies to not only survive but thrive in the face of one of nature's most formidable challenges. Today, we've uncovered the forces that shake our planet. Earthquakes begin deep within the Earth, where tectonic plates, vast and mighty, constantly interact. These plates do not move smoothly. Instead, they accumulate stress over time. When this stress reaches a breaking point, it releases a massive amount of energy in the form of seismic waves, causing the ground to tremble. By understanding the ground beneath us, we not only satisfy our curiosity, but also enhance our ability to protect ourselves and our world.